They are our best friends, our fur babies, and for many of us, integral parts of the family. With nearly 68% of US households and 50% of British households owning a pet, animals are everywhere. But beyond the cute moments, how do these creatures actually influence the way our children grow up? Today we are diving into the science of the human-animal bond. We're looking at the emotional, physical, and cognitive effects of pets on children, and the results might surprise you. It turns out, the relationship is a bit of a puzzle. Let's start with feelings. Many parents intuitively feel that pets provide emotional support, and research supports this. Studies suggest that when children are sad, angry, or happy, they often turn to their pets for reassurance. There is evidence that growing up with a dog can reduce the likelihood of childhood anxiety, specifically separation and social anxiety. For example, one study found that only 12% of children with dogs met the clinical threshold for anxiety compared to 21% of those without dogs. Pets can also combat loneliness. Adolescents, particularly those dealing with social isolation or anxiety, have reported fewer symptoms of depression and loneliness when they have a pet. The pet acts as a social lubricant, making it easier for kids to interact with others. It's also about how they see themselves. Some research indicates that pet ownership and a strong attachment to the pet can boost a child's self-esteem. The unconditional love a pet provides can make a child feel important and good about themselves. But can Fido help with homework? Well, maybe indirectly. Research shows that classroom pets like guinea pigs or hamsters can improve social skills and even reading competence in 3rd and 4th graders. Having a pet also serves as a living science lesson. Children with pets often have a better understanding of biology and anatomy than those without. They learn earlier that animals have biological properties, moving away from human-centered views of the world. Now let's talk physical health. For a long time, parents worried that pets caused allergies. But recent data suggests the opposite might be true. Several studies indicate that early exposure to cats and dogs, especially during the first year of life, can actually prevent the development of food allergies and asthma. It is believed that exposure to pets diversifies a child's gut microbiome and trains the immune system, reducing the risk of allergic sensitization. In one study, infants living with dogs had a 90% lower likelihood of developing a food allergy. Pets also get us moving. A study tracking families over 3 years found that acquiring a dog significantly increased physical activity in children, particularly girls. Girls who got a dog increased their light-intensity activity by 52 minutes a day. For children with autism spectrum disorder, animals can be powerful allies. While we often think of therapy dogs, other animals play a role too. Research shows that children with ASD who adopted a shelter cat showed increased empathy and less separation anxiety. Interacting with guinea pigs has been shown to increase social approach behaviors like smiling and talking in children with autism. Even horses help. Equine-assisted activities have been linked to better engagement and improved classroom behavior. So it sounds like every child should have a pet, right? Well, not so fast. We have to address what researchers call the pet effect paradox. While many smaller studies show benefits, some large-scale longitudinal studies have found that when you factor in family wealth, housing, and parental health, the advantages of pet ownership sometimes disappear. One major study of 14,000 children found that, generally, pet owners didn't score better on emotional health or behavioral problems than non-pet owners. In fact, in some academic areas like reading and math, pet owners scored slightly lower, perhaps due to socioeconomic factors. This doesn't mean pets are bad. It just means that a pet isn't a magical cure-all for developmental issues. The quality of the bond, how attached the child is to the pet, often matters more than just having the animal in the house. We also can't ignore the practical lessons. Caring for a pet teaches responsibility, consistency, and compassion. However, this needs to be age-appropriate. Children under 5 shouldn't be solely responsible for a pet. And there are risks, bites, allergies, and the emotional pain of pet bereavement are real concerns that can impact a child's well-being. So, do pets affect child development? The answer is a complex yes. They can be social buffers, immune system boosters, and sources of unconditional love. But they are part of a larger picture of a child's environment. If you're bringing a pet into your home, do it for the companionship. And the joy they bring to the family unit, the developmental bonuses are just the icing on the cake. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe.